Good morning, Naledi, and good morning to our viewers. As you've rightfully stated, last night we received a statement from the Limpopo Office of the Premier stating that the Premier had taken the decision to place the Public Works, the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure in the province under what they term professional assessment. According to that statement, Naledi, this will focus on the running of finances in that department, the leadership, and other things that relate to how that department delivers on its mandate of delivering services. This include building infrastructure, public infrastructure, and roads and other things that are needed. But Naledi, just to back up a little bit, the Limpopo has a big history of departments being placed under some sort of intervention, where we saw in 2011 5 provincial departments being placed under administration. At that time, Public Works was also one of such departments, but we saw the current Premier Stanley Mathabatha being brought in to ensure that there was stability shortly after that administration process. And since then, he's now in his 3rd term, and we've now seen him taking the step of placing one of the departments under what they term professional assessment. To speak more about that, what this means, Naledi, I'm joined by the Premier spokesperson, Mr. Willie Musuma. Mr. Musuma, thank you so much for speaking to us. First of all, what does it mean? Is this some form of administration? What is professional assessment to a layman sitting there?
No, thank you very much, and good morning to your viewers also. Safe to indicate that this Premier, Mr. Chupu, Stanley Mathabatha, has been very clear since he took over administration in 2013 to say that he wants clean governance, he wants stable finance, he wants viability in terms of how all the departments in the province, including their entities and the municipalities from the district to local level, deliver services. So today, having gathered here, it is because of the professional assessment. This has been done all along, but we chose to say, in the spirit of transparency, this one needs to be publicized. Hence, we have duly released a statement to say there is a team of professionals who are very capacitated with regard to issues of finance, issues of leadership, issues of governance, and who are very much clear when it comes to delivering the mandate to the people, particularly basic services. So a quick reason is that the Premier has also and already been making announcement during his State of the Provinces address with regard to road infrastructure projects that will be delivered across the province. So based on that, the people on the ground, communities, have been writing letters to the Premier to say, Premier, year in, year out, you are making pronouncements with regard to the road infrastructure project, but being a village X, we are not receiving that particular service. What is going on? And you find that other sectors, including the civil society movements, are also coming on board to say, Premier, as much as we appreciate that you get clean audit opinions, you are running a stable government, your administration is clean, but we've got challenges with regard to the Department of Infrastructure, roads, in the province. So based on those reports, the Premier felt that he can't just take a decision because people are complaining. Hence that there's a lot of work that has been done by the department, including its entity road agency Limpopo. But because people are complaining, he gathered a team of professionals, which I've explained. We are not going to disclose much in terms of their composition, to say, please go in the department, make your own assessment as professionals, come up with a report, advise me, how do I move the department forward? Because besides clean audit opinions, that is what he wants, but he wants service delivery to the people. So this team has been given 90 days. They will make their own assessment, come back, present to the Premier, even recommend what the Premier should do. So the Premier is going to act based on the advice of this professional team.
So we expect that in 3 months' time, the Premier will be giving us an outcome of this investigation. Who specifically in the department are we looking at? Is it the administration, is it the political, or is it encompassing everybody in that department?
Thank you very much for that beautiful question. The terms of reference for this team of professionals is very clear. To say you are going in that department, they are already in the department, they are not going to be biased, they are not going to be there and have favoritism. The mandate is that you are going to look what is the role of the political leadership in that department based on these complaints, based on the reports that they are having, because the Premier has handed them the reports that he has been receiving to say, look at political administration, look at administration in its entirety, and look at the running of finances, look at service delivery, check their KPAs, are they delivering to their mandates vis-a-vis the reports that are being received from the public. So they are going to do the job cutting across everybody. Hence it was important for the Premier to feel that as much as he can't just take a haphazard decision, there are some of the people, but safe to say that the HOD in this regard, Mr. Dikgole Seroka, has now been seconded to the Department of Coxstar, which is corporate governance, because he's an engineer. There in the meantime, the Premier believes that he will make a meaningful contribution, because that department has had some challenges with regard to engineering issues, as much as to allow the professionals to freely and independently, without bias, without any influence, execute the mandate so that they can come up with findings, come back and advise him properly.
Let's talk about the cost of this assessment, this professional assessment. You're saying these are professionals in the accounting, in the engineering. I'm sure it must be costly for government.
I wouldn't want to say from where we are standing on behalf of the Premier that I've heard more details about the team of professionals who are the assessors. I'll tell you the important reason why this is important. This matter at hand is like an ordinary investigation where a matter is being investigated by police so that they will be able to advise the Premier properly. So what we are saying as we are speaking with you today is that this team, as much as is being comprised of professionals, we can't give more details about the team. Safe to say that as Limpopo, we can guarantee you here and now that we've got capacity. Our capacity in terms of financial management, our finances are very viable. That's why today we are talking about 5 clean audit opinions. We are talking about 9 unqualified audit opinions. We are talking about no disclaimer audit opinion in the province of Limpopo. So that will tell you that in terms of finances, in terms of accountants, we are covered. We are now zooming into the second point to say, with regard to engineers, we've got agencies like Road Agency Limpopo that have engineers who are appointed full-time there, who are able to say this is not what should be done and this is what should be done. So we are saying, as much as we are not giving details, but we are saying the province has capacity, and professional assessment have been done throughout the process. When the Premier came in 2013, one of the key focus areas that he has embarked upon was now to get this professional assessment, move with all these departments. Hence we have seen those administrators from national going back home because we've got capacity.
Thank you so much, Mr. Willie Musuma. Now, lady, that's Willie Musuma who speaks on behalf of Premier Stanley Mathabatha here in Limpopo, saying this professional assessment is part of the Premier's commitment to ensure that, you know, all departments deliver on their services and that people have roles and that everything that is promised during the State of the Province address is delivered on. Now, lady?